If you're making coffee at home, a $30 set of Amazon scales is already a huge step up from eyeballing your espresso shots. But at some point, you might want more accuracy, more control, and more of the little details that make coffee not just good, but dialed into the gram. That's where pro-level brewing scales like these from Varia come in. They're not cheap, but they are built for serious home baristas and cafe pros alike. And Varia has done something clever. Instead of over-engineering or hiding key features behind an app, they've made 3 different scales that each meet a real brewing need. Kept the designs clean and modern, and still delivered exceptional accuracy and precision across the board. Now, before we break these down, if you are part of our brew club, you can pick these up through our member-only perks, rewards, and exclusive offers. And when you sign up today, it is free to do so. You'll get free dibs on gear just like this. Link in the description down below. All right, let's get on with the video. All right, so before we get into which scale suits who, let's talk about what is standard across the board. Whichever AKU you pick, you're getting a solid CNC-machined metal body scale that feels built to last. Each comes with its own carry case to keep it safe and on the move. In the case, you'll also find a USB-C charging cable, each with their own inbuilt rechargeable lithium battery. This takes only 2 hours to recharge. And then notably, they have an on-off switch at the back of each scale so you can manage battery use more efficiently. You have a silicone heat pad to protect the scale's surface during brewing, and they have a high IPX waterproof rating, so any splash of water is no big deal for these scales. They do also come with a 100-gram calibration weight to keep measurement spot on over time. This is a complete, ready-to-go setup, no extra accessories to buy, no flimsy packaging, just everything you need to get brewing with precision from day one. Now, if espresso is your daily ritual, you've got limited bench space or travel often, the AKU Mini is your scale that you're after. At just 10 centimeters by 8 centimeters and 1.3 centimeters tall, is basically your espresso wingman. It's small enough to sit on almost every drip tray without overcrowding it with a cup on top. And when it comes to precision, we're talking about 1/100th of a gram accuracy up to 500 grams, which is the total capacity of these scales. And then the OLED display, this is crisp, giving you weight and time, as well as real-time flow rate. Though, full disclosure, I don't really use the flow rate all that much. Where it really shines is its flexibility. The Mini offers 5 modes. First, you have full manual, so you start your time and you manually tare. Then you have auto tare with manual timing. Then you have auto tearing with no timer at all. Then you have auto tare with auto timing. Followed by an espresso brewing mode. This is the AKU Spro with live brew ratios displayed. And a pro tip here is you can program the auto timer to delay, so it doesn't start right after auto tearing and gives you that moment to breathe, set your cup down and start your shot. Now, the pros to this scale are, of course, that it is ultra compact and perfect for travel, or perhaps use on a coffee shop on the forks of a grinder. But basically, I keep my Mini on my drip tray of my espresso machine 100% of the time. And you can probably tell that by the thumbnail of this video. This is not a set of scales I've pulled off the shelf and unboxed to do this. I've used these every day for at least a year to measure every espresso I've made on my machine. And I love the fact that they're rechargeable, and there's also that easy to read battery life on the display. So I'm not running around having to recharge last minute. It is also only a 2-hour recharge time, and you get a battery life of 10 hours. So considering all of that, if I'm only using this scale for say a minute or 2 max every day, you get a lot from one charge. Now the cons really are that there is only a 500-gram capacity to this scale. And that is less of a con and more of a reality check to a tiny set of scales, which means I think pour over, although Varia does say it's doable, I would err on the side of getting a bigger set of scales. Capacity, but small platform too, wouldn't suit big setups. However, Next, we have the Varia AKU Standard, which is your versatile all-rounder. If morning coffee life swings between espresso to Sunday morning pour-overs, the Standard AKU hits that sweet spot. Think of it as the middle child who actually gets along with everyone. It's got a much bigger platform than the Mini and a huge 3.1 kilogram capacity, so you can happily stack a server and full brewer on top of this. Though, not a con, but that precision does drop from 1/10 of a gram to a whole gram once you start weighing over 2 kilograms. But for that much precision, it's a pretty good standard. Everything about the AKU design stays clean, stays minimalist. For that day-to-day use, this thing is reliable, responsive, and feels like it's built to last. With a basic feature set of a good brewing scale, you have full manual mode, automatic tare with manual timing, automatic tare with no time displayed, automatic tare with automatic timer, and once again, you can delay this timer and also turn the sound on and off too, which you can do for all of these scales. And the pros to the AKU Standard have to be the 3.1 kilogram capacity. This is almost your ideal set of kitchen scales too, and you will be reaching for these when it comes time to baking. That larger platform suits most brewers and servers, and the usual quick response, durable build. I love this set of scales. I use these as my dosing scales next to my espresso machine, as well as I generally use these for everything around the kitchen too. The cons to this set of scales would be that those auto modes might annoy some people. It's kind of that set of scales that wants to help, but sometimes just gets in the way too. Also, it is quite pricey for what some might consider just a scale, especially if you don't use the auto features. However, next up, it's getting a little bit more technical, the Varia AKU Pro. So if the Mini is the espresso focused and the AKU Standard is the all-rounder, the AKU Pro is the full package. Precision, size, and a full color display that makes you feel like you're piloting a smart device. The display is bright, sharp, and shows all data in a way that's actually easy to read mid-brew. Now, its capacity is 2 kilograms, and it combines the Mini's 1/100th of a gram accuracy up to 1 kilogram, and then extends from 1 to 2 kilograms with a 20th of a gram accuracy. And it naturally uses a little bit of a larger platform than the AKU Standard, and includes further modes like the AKU Spro, which we saw in the Mini for espresso, but also the AKU Flow for pour over. Both of these show up with live brew ratios once you start entering your dose manually, and it will also tare any cups automatically once placed on it. And if you like data, you can also connect these via Bluetooth to an app integration and firmware updates. The build feels premium, and you still get 10 hours of operating power. Now, the pros to this set of scales would have to be the precision up to 1 kilogram and that platform size in one, with a stunning full color display where you can customize the colors of the time, the flow rate, and the weight independently within the settings. And if you consider that espresso and pour over mode with live ratios, the Bluetooth integration, the premium build, I'm just repeating myself, I really love the difference in the beveled edge at the front of the AKU Pro versus the other two set of scales. That's something that I've noticed. But what are the cons? Well, all this in a package comes at a premium price, and it's likely an investment that you won't regret if you are looking for a set of scales like this, but it is an investment nonetheless. But there's also a slight learning curve with all of the features built into this set of scales. So my final take is the AKU Mini for espresso-only crowd who want maximum precision, zero clutter, or for that lightweight traveler. This is a great set of scales. The AKU Standard is that versatile workhorse for anyone brewing a bit of everything, or perhaps just want a really good set of espresso scales, perhaps using it with a portafilter and don't want something too small, so they're kind of chopping and changing or using it for several different things. AKU Standard is the way to go. Or certainly something that you can use at home for other needs. The AKU Pro, this would be your ultimate upgrade. It's certainly not everybody's set of scales, but definitely a coffee lovers who want it all. Now, whichever of these scales that you do land on, you're getting a scale that has got absolute quality that is built to last. They're easy to trust, and it turns your brew time into a more focused, satisfying part of the day. No juggling act and no batteries changing required. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you have any further questions on these scales, add them in the comment section down below and we'll keep the discussion going. And I'll see you in the next video.